Check. 1, 2. Good. Okay. Cool. Okay, so for this one, when I open one like this, I open one that's a little more, you know, a little more, just a little more, right? I might look at it, I'm like, man, this template is doing the most, right? So, but I'll do the same thing. I'll come over to the project area and look to see where I can start. So I see I have my Chroma project, my normal project, and my replace composition. So that's probably going to be where I replace all my text. And the Chroma project, which is this right here, is going to be what I render. And I'll show you guys how I render in this one because I didn't show you guys that in the last one. So let me get out of this real quick. So right now, I'm just going to keep my Chroma project open, and I'm actually going to X this out. What's this? Your text and logo. I'll keep that there. Your text here. I'll keep that. Your logo here. So, okay. So I'm going to come to the replace comp composition. I'm going to double click that. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Oops, or maybe I should say fit. There we go. And here is where I can start replacing my text. So I'm going to come to my timeline and go back to the beginning. And see the layers here? So these layers, if you look at it, they highlight, right? And do not disturb. Okay, because it's just going to keep vibrating. So if I highlight these layers, this is where, so you see my scrub thing? And if I come here, this is on the second layer, text 1. You see that? And if I come here, you see this? So I'm like, okay, this is the layer that I'm on. So, and then it kind of puts it in a bracket. This is the layer. This is what I'll be replacing, okay? Which is also nice. So this person, made it somewhat easy to, to go through. So I can start from the beginning. And it doesn't look like I have to go into a separate composition to fix the text like I did in the last one, because it's already a type layer. So if I highlight big text, and let's see, here we go, big, and if I double click, so it highlights, and I can type whatever I want. We'll type I5. I was going to write I5 Creatives, but we'll write that on a different one because it's kind of long. I5, right? And the font is Arial, so if you remember, I can change my font here if I highlight it. Let's use...
Okay, highlight.
Yep.
It's not living.
Let's use, what's a good font? Do you guys have like favorite fonts that you like? I have some of my favorites. But
I like Georgia.
Georgia?
What'd you say?
Advanced signature. There's one different one.
Did you say Dad's signature?
Dance.
Signature? Oh, okay,
Dance.
that sounds fancy.
That's called Damascus. Georgia. Everyone has Georgia.
Oh. I don't like how that one looks.
You know, like how it looks.
Where's the fit?
Fit. If you go right here, see where my cursor is,
My
you
fit
click
doesn't
that.
make it fit.
You got it. Cool.
Yeah.
Say it again.
My fit doesn't make it fit. see what it does when I hit fit?
So, I think it is. It's just, yeah, you're good. That's just the big one. It's like extra big. So I'll show you guys how to shrink the font because mine looks like that too. See, mine's at 30%. If I said fit, it might like make it a little bigger, but
We changed it.
100 to 100%. So if I want to change the size of the font, so now we're in Georgia, so that's the font that we have. Georgia. So sometimes if you change the font, it will, affect the size of your text. So if I want to change the font, I can come right here to this area. So this is kind of your text editor here, and it's on 1,000, so I can shrink it. So I'm just clicking and dragging it down, dragging the number down, or I can type the number in myself and say, oh, 600. All right. So I'll keep it. Let me see what it looks like at 700. So that's what it looks like at 700. And if I want to move it, I can come all the way up here in the top left-hand corner, in the very top. And if I click that, that's like my move tool, and I can actually move it around.
Oh,
So-
it started going fast?
Yeah, I'm excited. I spoke too soon.
Oh. Mine's only gone 6%.
Oh, see,
Hers finished?
Okay.
hers finished. She's
Hardwires.
helping me out over here.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. So, I5, that's the first one. All right. So we can already see it moving, right? So as I scrub through, you guys got the font thing, how to change your font size and all that? Yeah. Cool. All right. Okay.
Text one is the next one.
Yep, text 1 is the next. So, I'll put it in a place, where I can kind of see, like, what it's going to be, but, text number 1. So if I go to that second layer and I highlight that and I double click it, I can change the text. So we can, say I5 Creatives. Okay, let's see what it looks like. Okay, that works. Yep. And you can change the font if you want to. Okay. Now, some of these, I'll skip the third text because it's kind of the same, but a couple of these have shapes in them, so that's probably why they're in their own composition. So if I come here, I won't necessarily be able to highlight and change it. So your text 3, the text here. So so this is its own composition. So because you can see here, that's what that little symbol means. So if I double click that, right? So when I go back to my replace copy, you'll see, oh, the text here. So then when I click this, you'll say, okay, that's what that is. And then I can change it. So this person put the text here in 3 different text layers because they wanted to be able to move it around and make it different sizes and things like that. So sometimes it can be a little more annoying, but it's okay. So the text here, what should we say? I don't know.
Is that where you're going to put creatives?
I5 Creatives. All right.
Project.
I5 Creatives Project. Cool. And let's say that I want to make it all caps, right? Oopsies. I totally put a stroke on it. I didn't mean to. Fill over
Show me
stroke.
how you changed the size again for creators.
The font size? Yep. So if you highlight it and you come right over here, and if you drag it to the left or to the right, that will change the font size. Or you can simply type in the number that you would like. And I'm going to take my, I'm in my text window here. So I want to be able to see a little bit more. So I'm just going to come to the edge right here. And you see, you get that little symbol. That means if I click and drag, I can drag it down. Or I can drag it up. Drag it down, drag it up. So I'm dragging down because I want to see these, right? So this also might be familiar. If you're, I mean, we've all been in Microsoft Word before, right? So you have your bold. You can make it something bold or make it italic. This is Bebas. Maybe it doesn't go italic. Let's see, Georgia. There we go. There we go. So certain fonts don't go italic, but Georgia does. So if I come right here, I can make it bold if I want to, or italic, or if I want it to be all caps, that double T, which is also in Photoshop. If I click that, I can make it all caps. And then I might have to shrink it a little bit more. And then project, I put a stroke on it by accident. I didn't mean to put a stroke on it. But that's okay. There we go. i5 Creatives Project. We got different fonts all over the place, but that's okay. You know, because we're all learning here. Cool. So once we make that, once we get it to how we want it to look, I mean, if I was doing this for real, you know, I would obviously make this the same font. I would increase the size a little bit more. And then do that like so. And then I'll come back to see how it looks. And that's how it'll look. So, your text 3. So that's what the person called it, your text 3. If you want to name it something else, you can come to your project section here. You can right click and you can say the one with the red circle thing. You know? Red circle thing. And it alphabetizes it. It'll alphabetize the title.
The drag thing doesn't like me.
The drag thing.
Like where I'm trying to make it bigger, so it's selected.
Mm-hmm.
I should be able to just...
And then if you come right here, yep. And then if you click and drag, so click right on the number. Yeah, so check this out. So see where I am right here?
Uh-huh.
If I go right on top of that number and I click, and then I actually drag the number, see how it's going up and down? So I don't have it highlighted right now, that's why it's not doing anything. But see how it's going up and down? Is it working for you?
Yeah, okay, I see.
There you go.
How did you get the projects to be right underneath it? Could you move the word?
Yeah, I can move the word. I actually didn't move the project, but I can. So if you want to, say if you want to
Because mine
move.
looks like that.
Okay, so if you want to move the words around, so let's say, let me come to creatives. If I come up to that very top left-hand corner and I click that, that's my move tool. So I can actually take this.
It seems like when you move creative, it moves the whole thing, but if you do I5 separately, it will move separately.
Oh, yeah. So let me, there we go. So I can move.
So you have that highlighted, you hit the hand. See, my whole thing
Yep.
is moving.
Then
Let me try that.
I5, let's see, creatives. Yeah, if this will move on its own. So I5 for me, I5 is moving on its own, and then project will move on its own.
Project
I
won't
hit-
move on its own for me.
If I hit creatives, then the whole thing will move for some odd reason. I'm not really sure. Oops. And that's the circle. Yeah. So I figure if I want creatives, if I want the middle word to stay in the middle, I'll put that here. And then if I want to move this where I want it, you know, maybe I can put it here.
See, when I click the hand, the whole circle moves.
Oh, you probably have something else selected. Let's see. You got selected. Oh. Oh. There we go. There we go.
So not the hand, but
Yeah,
the arrow.
not the hand, but the arrow. So yeah, it's you would think that hand tool move, but really, yeah, it's that arrow selection tool. It's called selection tool. Yeah. Yep. Your hand tool will move the entire window, and I actually never use that. So, but yeah, in order to move selectively, that is your selection tool. Yep. Okay. Cool. So we can come back to our replace comp. Okay. So we're in our replace comp, and I'm going to scroll down a little bit because we're on our, we just finished our third layer here in that main composition. So let's scroll a little bit more. All right. So big text 2. Hey. And this is pretty easy because this is one we can just replace the text right here. It's not its own composition. So you can write whatever you want. See, I'm like, oh man, I'm so not creative. I'm just writing I5. I don't know. I5. I don't know. I5.
Ta-da!
Yeah. So I'm so creative, you know. But again, that's the nice thing about the templates. It doesn't take a lot of creative energy.
And you're in big
You know?
text too, right?
Yes,
Our
big
templates are
text
different.
2. Big text 2. Let's see. There we go. Let's drag it out a little bit more. That's Arial. What did you say was different? Oh. Let's see. Oh, no, you're good. You just had it dragged out a little bit more.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Yep. See?
Oh, okay. So some of them are filled in and some of them are not.
Yep, that's part of the template. So yeah, once I drag through, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So the one thing about After Effects that I don't like is because there's so much information, it takes forever to render. So I can play, like if I go back to the beginning and I hit enter or I hit, the space bar, actually the new version renders a lot faster now. But before, it would just like be really slow. Wow, yeah, that's a lot faster. And I just noticed that like the other week. All right, Adobe. Getting there. But like, I mean, like 2 weeks ago, I would play it and it'd be like, rendering. And then I would have to just render it out, and hope that it turned out okay, or I could wait for it to render here and wait, 15 minutes or whatever to see a preview. Okay, cool. So we got big text, I5 creatives. Oh, we skipped text too. That's okay.
We're I5 creatives, text 2.
Yeah, I5 creatives. I mean, see, now that I'm going through it, I'm like, ooh, maybe I should fix that. Let me, I5 creatives. I5 creatives. Boom. Awesome. Boom. All right. Boom. All right. All right, so where are we at? Red circle thing, we got that. Got big text 2, so we're moving forward. your text, nope, your text 4. That's what I have highlighted, that little block right there, which is another composition on its own. Let me bring this up a little bit so you can see it like a little bit better. Your text 4, that's what I have highlighted, and you can see that's a separate composition, so I'm going to double click that. And same deal, you can replace the text however you choose. I'm going to X out a couple of some of these because I don't need a circle bomb. So your text 4. All right, recreate. And I'll capitalize it, you know, so we can, so it's more like we create. And what fonts were you using? Georgia? Georgia? Are you from Georgia?
No,
Oh.
just
You just like the font?
I
That's
thought
cool.
I did. I don't like it.
You don't like it now? Well, it's good because, you know,
Try dance signature.
this is where I couldn't find it. Is that a is that a default?
Is that Windows?
How do you spell it?
Is it dance signature?
Oh, it's on different ones. I think it's on Windows though.
Oh, okay,
Because it's not on Mac.
gotcha.
But it is something that's simple. It's like a little cursive thing. Which is
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, the thing about fonts is that, I mean, it's good because, you know, you said like, oh, what about Georgia? And then you realize like, oh, I don't know if it matches this, right?
I may have seen them on the phone.
Oh, okay. It was on your phone.
After all, it all just kind of blends together.
The only thing that's bad is like, you know how sometimes they'll have the fonts and it'll show what the font looks like?
Yeah, this doesn't.
Here it does not.
It does not.
So
And I was
you're like, click, no.
yeah, yeah,
I love that about Premiere.
yeah.
Because you can like see exactly like, oh, I like that.
It's true. Yep. I'll also say though, the more you work with different fonts, you'll start to recognize some, and then you'll start to like develop favorites. You know, so I have my fonts that I like. So like when I see certain names, I'm like, okay, I know what that looks like. You know, but there's so many. You know, so sometimes I am there like looking like, what do I want to use? What font? You know, there's a font. This is a font called Bebas. Bebas. I don't believe I don't think it's a default, but most of these fonts that are not defaults, I just Google and I go to dafont.com or dafont, dafont.com, and I can download it for free, and then you have it right on your program. So,
Will it go into Canva?
or Canva. Well, I don't think you can download fonts from Canva.
Oh, you can.
Can you? Okay.
Yes.
Hey, there you
We have a business version.
go. Okay. See, yeah, we got that free. See, we don't have a business version. We're here at the church, it's like free, you know. That's good to know. So yeah, Canva, DA font. Yeah, there's so many like different free font websites. When I was like looking for fonts for my tattoo, I was like in Pinterest and I just downloaded a bunch of fonts that I like. Yep. So this is one that I use a lot, Bebas, and this is one I think that I use for this template in particular. So one like this, you know, the words are like super close together, so you know, I'm like, oh, let's separate a little bit. But we'll go back to Georgia because I don't want. We're all gonna be on one accord. We create. Okay, so let me finish up here. We won't. Oh, I don't know if we'll finish this whole thing today, but that's okay. I hope you guys got like a little taste, you know, and hopefully, you know, stirred your appetite, stirred your hearts, you know, for to look at some more. And I've downloaded a ton of templates, so if you guys ever want one, I can give it to you for free because we already bought them. We have them. So, you know, it's on us. Okay, so your text 5. So we just finished your text 4, your text 5. Okay, so your text 5 is that little one right there. Mini text here. So, oh yeah, sometimes if you click, it'll be like empty text layer. No, I don't want that. I'll just erase it. So when you're working with templates, you got to watch out for those like kind of fine print, those random mini text, you know, it can be easy to miss. You know, you may make something and then render it out, and then you see that your text here or Envato like in the corner or something. You're like, oh crap, I missed it. So you got to go back. So mini text here. We didn't miss it. Boom.
Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, you know, you're right. And if I scrub through a little bit more, we're actually almost done. Oh yeah, it's pretty short. Boom. And then your logo, so if I double click that your logo composition, it takes me right here. So this one gives you the option. You can actually put a logo like you know, like a PNG, a transparent logo, or you can write something. So we're gonna get creative. I have 5 creatives. And I will come down here and capitalize it. And these letters are really close together. Oh, what are we in, Georgia? Oopsies. Undo. Don't you wish you could just hit the undo button in life sometimes?
Yes.
Hey! That was deep, right? Yeah. Okay. So, Georgia, the letters are still close together, so if I want to separate them a little bit, I can come to my little tracking device, which is the little VA right here, and I can click and drag out. So negative, what am I at? Oh, 25. So I'll just say 30. I'll just type in 30. That works. And I can move it back to the center if I go back to my selection tool. So right now I'm in type mode, but if I come to my far left, that upper left, and click my selection, I can move it to the center. Okay. And sometimes, you know, you'll have these guidelines here. So sometimes if you go over, it will affect what the main project looks like, but sometimes it doesn't. So I just go back and look, and it doesn't. It's fine. Cool. And then, so you have more social media icons down here. Your logo, or this is your slogan. Your slogan. I5 Creatives. What's our slogan? Do we have a slogan? No, we don't have a slogan. We need one. Slogan right now. Go.
Rock.
I5
Isn't it like
Creatives.
the anthem?
We'll bring our food, water, shelter, clothes, and care. Impacting you to impact the world. That's the I5 Church slogan.
Yeah.
I5 Creatives slogan. Crafty. Ever since day one, we are a crafty bunch. A crafty bunch. All right.
Crafty since day one. I like it.
Crafty since day
Both of y'all
one.
said I like it.
I like that too. I like that better actually. Crafty. Crafty since day one. Boom. I5
write boom
Creatives. I wrote boom somewhere else in here. Boom. Right there. Cool. So, I'm still screen recording. So, all right. So now we have these little. We're at the end here, right? So this is the end. If I look at, if I go to my Chroma project, right here, Chroma project.
Got it.
It was only a 7-day trial.
You should have a month.
It's 7 days.
7 days?
They changed it?
Oh,
Nothing.
that is.
I'll make you your mind real quick.
I don't know
Yeah.
if I'll be able to do it. 7
I gotta
days.
look.
On it yet?
It's like,
Like in 7 days, get it together, what you want, what you
Right.
want.
I got the whole suite.
yeah,
20 bucks a month.
When I went,
20 bucks a month?
What did you, which one, what programs you got?
I have the whole suite.
I have
For
everything.
$20?
$19.99.
Okay.
But I think that's the student
Anybody?
discount, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay.
that
Yeah, that sounds like a student
Yes,
discount.
it's
Okay, yeah.
Student or educator discount.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, when I didn't pay that, but I wasn't.
I need to get on that student
Mhm.
discount.
I like the one-time thing. I don't
Yeah.
need
Start
nothing
making more
else.
money
I don't know
first.
how much
Yeah.
more it is for one time, but I do have the one time thing. I didn't pay
So
for it.
I'm in Chroma,
Because I-
Yep,
I like
Chroma
the-
project,
and
right
I have
here.
the little icons.
And so you have your,
I don't even think
Cause I
I can
need
buy
that,
it
cause
anymore.
I got this now.
I think once you open it, then,
This now.
yeah.
I got
Crafty since day one.
I need that. But
I'll be mad if I'm
some
doing
of the settings, a new settings.
This is a 7-day trial.
Replace icon.
I was paying.
So if I come to replace icon here, in the project
I
area,
know when I'm going.
icon 1, icon 2, icon 3. So there's separate,
Your atmail.com.
yeah, exactly. Yep, so you can replace those if you want.
I just learned about what I need.
Your
at that time.
Facebook.
So I just want the whole
I guess we
thing.
don't have to do that because,
You don't have to.
I mean, because it's all.
But like, so
iPod,
what's your
Facebook,
what's your fitness thing called?
BreezeFitWorld.com.
Breeze Fit World. So if you want, you can change this up. Breeze Fit World, Breeze
Yeah,
Fit
if
World.
I- yeah,
You can
or-
render it out. All right. So let me. I'm gonna show you guys how to render real quick, and then we'll be done. My battery lasted the whole time. Look at that.
What you start with is the key.
Right. 100. I think I was on 98. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I
I'll
was.
start with 100.
I was
It's
full.
not 84.
Nice. There you go. Your battery's better than mine. Okay. So once I finish, and so this is kind of what I mean by if I say I wanted to say I have a video that I made and I wanted to actually put this in the video, like I wanted the video to be behind it, I could put my video clips, I could add my video clips in here in After Effects, or I could actually take this and put it on top of my video in Premiere. So all I would have to do is come to my replace comp, and here it allows me to have a transparent version. So I can actually render that out if I so choose, the transparent version, right? So if you choose to do that, awesome. But I'll render out Chroma project this time. So what I'm going to do, so I say, okay, awesome, it looks good, things are spelled right. You know, I used to spell things wrong all the time.
Oh my god.
I would make something, and then I get a text, like, in the evening, be like, Micah, this is spelled wrong. I'm like, oh, crap. Gotta go back. Yeah.
I can create. I
That would
didn't say I
happen.
could spell.
Right. I can create something, I just can't spell.
I
Yeah.
need an editor.
Yeah. Okay, so what I'll do once I'm finished is I'll come to the very top and I'll go to Composition, Add to Render Queue. And then you'll see this little window pop up down here. Okay. And then you'll have these different options. So usually I'll leave this the same. For Macs, it will render it to a QuickTime if you leave this as lossless. I don't really know what that means, but it'll render it as a QuickTime movie. Yeah. But then you'll have to convert it, like, if you double click it, once you click on it. So I'll just show you what I do most of the time. So I'll click on lossless right here, and I will go to Format Options. And then you have all these different options. But Apple ProRes, some of you guys may recognize that, maybe, maybe not.
I'm gonna say no, but go ahead.
All good. So you have Apple ProRes 422, Apple ProRes High Quality, LT proxy. Blah, 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 blah. Apple ProRes is fine. High quality will take even longer because it's high quality. But this is also good quality. So, and then I'll just say okay, and then I'll come here and say okay, and then if I click this output to, it's just asking me where I want to save it. You know, so I can save it on the desktop and, you know, i5 project, call it whatever I need to, save, and then I will render, and then it'll start. And this one doesn't look like it's taking very long at all, so it'll probably take like 3 minutes, and it'll tell you your estimated time. Once it gets started, then it'll, so yeah, 3 minutes, which is great, actually.
3, 2, 3.
Yeah.
I'm bipolar.
And that's, yep, and that's how you render. So I can let that render out. Yeah, how do you feel?
I feel like if I work with it, then I'd be okay.
Yep,
Exactly.
definitely.
I don't know, 7 days is gonna cut it, but at least I have a basic knowledge
Yeah,
that I'm pretty good if I play with something for a little while. Because I do the same thing with iMovie. I was like, what, no,
yeah, yeah.
it didn't work.
Yeah, it took me, it didn't take me too long, but every once in a while I'll be like, what is this person, like, I don't understand this person's setup, you know. But I can, you know, if you guys want other template projects to work with, I'll be happy to give you guys some. Yeah, we have like a ton more, so I may give you guys something and you'll see it and be like, wait a minute, that was the what the heck. No, I will say I've been making pretty much everything this summer. I've been making from scratch. I haven't been using templates very often, except for the I used one for the VBX Kids recap, because I made it in like an hour and I was like, oh no, let me make this. So yeah, but I think it will be beneficial to you guys, you know, like with your business and things like that, you know, you guys can, you know, create these things for yourselves and make it look good, and then people will be like, whoa, where'd you get that, you know, or, oh, I made it myself, you know. Yeah, so I hope this kind of helped. Again, let me know if there are any, let me know what else you guys want to learn. I've had questions about lenses and different cameras, what to buy, things like that. The 5D Mark IV is coming out. Oh. So, which means the 5D Mark III is going down in price. So, all right.
So we
Yeah.
need access to a site or something so we could pull the stuff that people download. I don't know how to.
Are you talking about
create
Asana?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, so let me stop this recording.